We're here today with Brian Carr, Managing Director of Smart Trans Holdings. Brian, thanks for your time.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the time.
Can you explain a little bit about the Smart Trans business and sort of how it evolved to where it is now?
Yeah, Smart Trans is a mobile and internet software provider. So we provide two levels of product. One in Australia is a logistics software, so it's a mobile and internet software system, which took us to China. So we provided a mobile app in China for the Beijing Olympics before apps existed. Coming out of that was a relationship with China Mobile, and now we're operating as a billing partner in China, the biggest smartphone market in the world. So it's a unique place, it's a different operating environment, but we're very well positioned in the largest and fastest growing market in the world for our product.
How hard is it in a place like China to do business, and how important is it to have strong partners?
I think it's well understood that China is a very tough place to do business. We've spent 8 years there building our business and building strong relationships. It's been a long journey, but we're in the really exciting part of it now. Our business is growing very rapidly in China, and so when it works well.
And how do you measure the success of the business?
Oh, well, ultimately revenue and profitability, we've had 15 consecutive months of growth in China, revenue growth, growing at average 20% per month. We've gone early this year. We reported we achieved our millionth customer in March, so 6 months later we're over the 5 million mark. So it's a business that is really growing strongly.
And how do you make money in terms of the business plan?
Well, we are the intermediary between people who have content and the telcos. So if someone has a game or an app and they want to sell it in China, we're the billing component which sits in the middle. So when somebody presses buy, that's a Smart Trans buy request. We go off interface with the telco and confirm the transaction with them, and Smart Trans retains a percentage of every transaction that goes through the system.
And so I understand that China is a big market for you. What's the global scalability of the company and its products?
Well, we think that if we can make the business work in China, which is a pretty tough place to get your business up and running, it's very competitive. We get access to some very sophisticated content. We find that China as a market is very mature in the mobile space. If we can make it work there, we have access to content that we can take anywhere in the world, and that's certainly something that we're looking at in terms of our expansion beyond China as well.
So in terms of milestones that investors should be looking for going forward, what are some of the key things that it should be focused on?
I would say the soundest metric is revenue. Looking at our revenue going forward, our customer database, as that grows, it grows faster. That's a very valuable asset in its own right. So our customers are people we're actively engaged with who are paying us, but it's an asset that we can sell other products and services to, and I see that as real blue sky for this company.
How important is it to attend events like Techno 15 to educate investors in the market, particularly being really a business that has operations offshore?
For us, it's critically important. Operating in the internet space in China, it's not very well understood. It's something we've got to go out and explain to the market exactly what it is we're doing and the huge opportunity. People understand China is a big place, but I think that if we can put it in the context of, this is a business which actually has a very large and engaged market in China, and what it means when we expand into a new province. So accessing a new province for us is like a new country. We're talking about 100 million people in some of these provinces, and without some China experience, it's just a name, or it's a picture on a map.
Brian, thanks for your time.
Oh, thank you very much.